Hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Karina, and we're back with another self-development video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about detaching from people. Now, I feel like I can actually speak about this because I honestly feel like I have mastered how to detach from people. My detachment style is like ridiculous. It's so bad that sometimes I'm like, am I okay? Like, why am I this like detached from people, detached from the world? But anyways, let's get right into the video. Y'all, do y'all like my hair? Like, I feel like my hair is already starting to look so healthy. I cut my hair. It's not too short, but it is shorter than what it's been. I had to I still have to get rid of, like, I have a lot of breakage in my hair, so I still have to get rid of a lot, but we're gonna be, like, I guess transitioning. I told my stylist to cut as much as needed, and she was like, no, hun, we're not gonna cut all your hair. Your hair is not damaged, it just has a lot of breakage, and we're gonna work with it. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Yeah, I did my hair, and this is actually day 3, and it's still pretty damn cute. Like, I'm gonna start rocking my hair curled like this when I'm doing my wash. It says it's giving grown, giving that girl. And in my channel, we talk about how to become her, how to become that girl. But anyways, right, let's get back into the video. So detaching from people, right? Recently I have noticed that I have been like exercising this behavior a little bit way too much than what I would want to. A part of that is because it simply has a lot to do with just picking yourself and choosing you. That's basically what being that girl is all about. Being that girl is placing yourself in, this is not a video about how to become that girl, by the way. This is a video about detaching. But in order for you to detach, you have to be that girl. And being that girl requires you to pick you, to say the very least. Once you pick yourself, it's easier to like detach yourself from people. I feel like when you detach yourself from people, it's an act of selfishness to yourself, which selfishness could either be good or bad depending on how you portray things to be and how the circumstances are. Honestly, me per se, I never, like, the thing about me is like I've always been like a people's pleaser, and I never really realized how much of a people's pleaser I was, because I've always been the kind of girl that just don't give a hoot. And it's so weird. I think that's the Gemini in me. Like, I literally am a great person. I'm a great person. Like, I got a good heart, but I also have no patience, so I don't tolerate a lot of nonsense, a lot of anything. I don't tolerate poor behaviors. I don't tolerate nonsense, like, to say the very least. Don't F with me because you're in for a rude awakening. Like, people always misunderstand me because of that. Just giving you a little bit of backstory before I get into the actual portion of detaching. But I've always been a people's pleaser. I overextend myself a lot to people, especially my loved ones. And I find that when you overextend, or even when you don't even have to overextend, when you extend yourself and you're not receiving the same energy, like, it's not being reciprocated, like, it's now the relationship is one-sided. And I'm gonna say relationship instead of friendship because it doesn't matter what relationship it is, whether it's platonic, friendship, family, it's a relationship. So we're just gonna stick to relationship. I don't want y'all to assume that this is about a relationship though. When you're like extending yourself and the energy is not being reciprocated, this is when it becomes one-sided. And once a relationship becomes one-sided, it becomes draining. Someone is bound to feel like drained. One's gonna be mentally checked out before the other person is, and that person is usually gonna be the one that's extending themselves a little bit too much. And for me, that's literally what I've been like experiencing in every relationship of my life. Is like, I am drained. I am so drained with people, and everyone is currently upset with me in my life. And ask me if I care. I do not. Because like, when Karina was busy trying to like cater to you, feed you, nourish you, pour into you, no one was pouring into Karina, and Karina was handling business the way she needed to handle business. I was not in my little bag worried about, concerned about who's pouring into me, why people are not being a friend like how I am to them. No, I always try to look at things from like a positive perspective. It helps me not walk around with so much hate in my heart. It's so easy to like be in like negative energy and like to dislike people, right? I don't want to dislike people, especially if I rocks with you at some point. I don't want to ever like look at you as like my enemy just because we no longer are beneficial to each other. We no longer, what is, I recently posted a post and I want to read it real quick because it's like, it's hitting. It's this post right here. I'm gonna read it to you guys. It says 2023 has been I love you but your vibe is interrupting my growth kind of year. And this is literally how I feel. Like if I used to rock with you at some point, I don't want to look at you as the enemy. Like I still love you but you're interrupting my growth, so you need to step to the side while I flourish, because I planted my seed a long time ago and right now baby I'm blossoming. I am blossoming. I love that for me. But yeah, like, so I don't take it personal when people treat me a certain type of way. I've been mistreated so many times in my life by your own loved ones, by your own friends, by your own family. They would treat you cold, bro. Like they would be so cold with me. And I would never ever be like, oh, well, that was like, I don't ever see it as it was their intention to be cold. I always try to like come up with excuses so that I can understand your behavior as opposed to blaming you for your behavior. And so when I decide to do the things that I do, I expect people to do the same thing. I expect you to look at it from a form like, if I'm hurting you by like not being there for you, it is not my intention to hurt you, but I'm just simply picking me this time around. It's a selfish act. I have to cater to myself. I always make videos telling you guys that you need to like pick yourself, that you need to nourish you, that you need to just make yourself the main character, that you matter, and that you shouldn't care about how anybody else. All this noise. What the hell was that anyways? Not a truck driving with a freaking, what looks like a dresser, and it's not like, they're literally scraping the dresser on the ground. There's nothing there. But anyways, I always come on here and tell people to like not care about how people are gonna perceive you, that you have to pick yourself, you need to love yourself, that this is self-care, this is self-love, and that when you pick yourself, people are not gonna understand it. You're gonna come off a little arrogant, and it is okay. Well, this is primarily the point right here. It's like people are gonna be upset with you for picking yourself. That's when they're gonna see all the flaws that you have. They're gonna be like, they're gonna try to even blame you for being a bad friend, and it's like, you have to realize that they're just operating from a place that they don't understand when you started picking yourself, and they don't like the idea of that, because now the attention is not on them, it's on you. And that is okay. But I'm not a bad person just because I'm not picking you. I'm still rooting for you, but I am not responsible for always catering and nourishing you. Just as you matter, you will always matter to me. I matter to me too, and I matter to me the most. I am my own priority, so you have to be your own priority. It's literally that simple. It's been so much easier to detach from people off the simple strength that, honestly, when I picked myself, when I learned to pick myself, things just got so much easy for me. I'm gonna say one thing for sure is like, it's kind of lonely at times, because like, you want to be there for people, but like at the same time, like, you get super turned off by people's behavior, because it's like, wow, like I would never do that to you. Why do you do that to me? You don't really realize how much people are the way they are with you, their intentions that are clear as day, but you too busy making excuses as to why they treating you like that, because they're your family or your close friend that you've known all your life, 15 plus years. Like, when I tell you that the time frame does not matter, it does not matter. I met people that literally I've known for a year that have so much more significance in my life than someone that I met 10 years ago. Like, I met people that I met last year that hold so much more weight in my heart than someone I met my whole entire life. It's simply because this person wants the best for me, and the other people are just used to me. Like, they're just used to having me around. And again, like I said, I've always been like a people's pleaser. I've always extended myself. It's come to the point where like I had to reevaluate the company that I keep, because it's like, all right, everybody, and there is no exceptions to everybody. So if someone's watching this video and they're like, that's how you feel, sis, this is how I feel. I'm not doing this for clout or anything like that, but I'm speaking on my own truth right now. There's nobody in my life that I have that is someone super close to me that pours into me as much as I pour into them. I don't do much significance of anything for anyone, but I am a great listener. I am a very supportive friend, and I extend myself to my fullest potential. Like, I could have plans for me today to cater to myself. I will literally rearrange my plans to cater to my friend instead of catering to me. But when it's the other way around, would they do that for me? Ask yourself, would they do that for you? They will never do that for you. There has been cases where people, like, my friends will be like, oh, you don't ever come out no more, because I'm not in the business of like going out right now, simply because I don't enjoy going out. I don't enjoy being at a party every weekend. I don't enjoy the fast life, the party scene. I don't enjoy that. Like, I'm not gonna say I don't enjoy it, but I just cannot do it as much as other people enjoy doing it. That's just not me. I'd rather literally do a whole bunch of self-care in my house and be boring than to go party and spend money on alcohol and possibly somebody ruins my night because somebody's gonna end up fighting, or like, you know, just all types of things that could possibly happen in the night to ruin it. To say the very least, it's just not my style to be outside. Like, outside, I've done the outside lifestyle for a long time. I started very young, so to be honest, like, none of this excites me because I started very young. Like, I'm literally ready to hang my flag up and be like, this is not for me. Enjoy it if you enjoy it. Like, I don't care, sis. I'm not judging you for like wanting to live that lifestyle. If you like it, then I love that for you, but I don't like it, so don't expect me to support it. I'm gonna support it every now and then, but don't expect me to be readily available for something that doesn't feed into me. I am in the process of bettering myself, becoming a better person, and yeah, that's not gonna help me be a better person. So I'm not interested in partying and being outside. I feel like I've always been a great friend. Like, I will extend myself. There has been times when my friends will call me and crying on the phone, and I'm like, oh my God, I was literally busy doing something very important, and I will have to put that to stop because my friend is crying for her dear life and she needs me. And it's like, the times I'm not really like an emotional being. Like, I literally barely ever cry, especially I'm not gonna say I barely ever cry, but I definitely am not the kind of friend that's gonna call you up and cry on the phone. Like, my pride doesn't allow me to call somebody and boohoo cry. Like, if I cry to you on the phone or even in person, just know that it's real. Like, what I'm going through is really, really, really bothering me. It's really affecting me, because if I could pick up the phone and be like, this and that and the third is happening, then that means that something I can't deal with it. I can't cope with it on my own. I need your help. I literally need you. So me understanding that about myself, I kind of take that into consideration for others. So when they call me, I'm gonna drop what I'm doing. What happened, girl? Tell me about it. Like, what's going on? How can I help? Who did this to you? Like, I'm ready. I'm like super engaged. But tell me why the times that I do it, people be on some,
hey girl, hold on. I'm sorry. I know that like right now you're really going through it, but I need to call you right back.
what? Like, I'm crying on the phone and you need to call me back? What is more important? And maybe this is me feeling entitled, right? Because I'm human, and all humans at some point in their life, they all feel entitled. But what is so much more important than catering to me right now that I'm boohoo crying? And you know that this is not something that I normally do either. Like, that right there speaks a lot of volume to me. If it's something that you constantly always do, then you could be like, okay, girl, you're just having another emotional episode. I could call you back because this is something that you normally do. But I literally don't ever call you to cry, and you're gonna tell me you're gonna call me back. Sis, save it. I got it. I don't need you. Like, I don't care for this right now. Like, at this point, now I'm really like disgusted with our friendship, to be honest, because you don't give me the same support that I give you. And so that's a huge part of the problem. Right now I'm working on being more vulnerable, so I do try to like be more emotionally available. I try to express myself emotionally to the people that show me that reciprocation, right? I'm not one that's, again, I'm not really that emotional. Like, I'm not an emotional being. I don't really act on my emotions either. When I'm angry, I recognize that I'm angry. I remove myself, but like this is right here. This is my toxic trait. It's like I know how to remove myself when I'm angry, but if you follow me now, I don't know how to act. Cause like now you asking for trouble, so now you about to get the smoke. But like overall, like I'm not an emotional being. I don't cry easily. I don't. I'm just not emotional. Like it's not in me to be emotional. It's not. Like it's so much easier for me to be angry than to cry, honestly. But and even in my anger, I know that I'm literally the worst version of myself when I'm angry. So I try not to get angry. Like I literally choose to walk away every single time. But there's gonna be people that's gonna test my patience, and those people are gonna have to have a rude awakening. Unfortunately, there's no other way around that. I wish that there was a better way, because I don't want to ever give somebody that much energy to put me now in low vibrations, because I gotta stoop to your level because you try to play with me. But that's neither here nor there. Like the point of the matter is that people don't give to me, they don't pour into me the way how I pour into them. If you can't even listen to me when I need you, I'm a very prideful person. I know that about myself. I have a pride problem. But however, even with my pride, when I'm wrong, I know that I'm wrong and I ask for forgiveness. But where I'm going with this is the fact that if I ever need of somebody, because I don't ever put myself in a situation to need from anyone because of this right here. Because I hate how that feeling feels when people act like, oh, okay, I know you need me, so I can control the situation to my liking. I don't need to be there for you. You need me. Me, I'm aware when people need me, and I don't ever make somebody feel like I'm manipulating it to my liking or to how, like I'm not manipulative at all. Like if you need me, I'm gonna be there for you, period. Why is it that when I am in need, there's crickets? So what Karina started doing, I started detaching from people. I started removing myself, and people are now like, every time they see me, they're like fussing at me. And I'm like, oh my God. Like I'm so annoyed with everybody right now, because it's like every time they see me, they gotta express their feelings to me. And I'm like, I do not give a flying F. Like, please. Why are you mad just because I'm not around? Why do you feel the need to tell me this when we're outside hanging out? That's my thing. Like if you have to have some words with me, please don't wait till we're outside to have these words with me. First of all, the whole world doesn't need to know about our disagreement, our whatever we got going on. If you feel that strong about it, call me up, sis. But don't wait till we're outside to address like inside matters outside. Yo no me visto en la calle, okay? That's a saying in Spanish in the Garifuna culture. Where people be like, personal things we do not talk about outside, because I don't get dressed outside. I get dressed inside. I don't know, it don't really make sense in English, but if you're Hispanic, it's gonna make perfect sense. I need people to come correct. And so that's why I don't really like going outside no more. People feel the need to tell me when I'm out having a good time. I done heard it all. And I'm like, when I'm in need of a friend, when I'm going through things, no one is jumping the gun for me. No one is stopping what they're doing for me. So why do you expect me to do that for you? When I'm going through a crisis, and I go through several crises that nobody ever freaking knows because I don't talk about them. Like people look at me and just think that I got my life all sorted out. I really don't. And when I'm going through my crisis, it's always me going through them alone. And when they do know, they don't offer much of a help, much of support. Like I don't really be looking for a handout. Moral support is all I need, and I'll be content. I don't even get that, and that's the bare minimum that you could do for somebody, is like give moral support, give your presence, or like just speaking to me and telling me that everything's gonna be okay, sis, don't worry about it, or do you need something, do you need me to pull up? It's been very rare that my friends will actually extend themselves in that situation. I've had friends, the people that actually did that is so funny, because I'm not cool with them anymore. You know, the people that actually were good friends to me, that extended that support, we're not friends anymore. And that's for different other reasons, but similar still to the same reasonings. But yeah, like people don't really like fool with me the way how I feel. Like people don't really fool with me the way how I think they really do. the way how I fool with them, they don't fool with me. When I seem to notice that people weren't really there for me the way that I was there for them, it just got so much easier for me to detach, because it's like at this point I'm turned off. I don't want to be friends with somebody that isn't a good friend to me, that is gonna pick and choose when to be supportive, that's gonna pick and choose when to talk to me. You know, like, I don't treat my friends like that. And if I'm treating you like that, it's because that's the tone that you set. You set the tone to how we gonna conduct ourselves. I'm such a chilled person. I'm so laid back. I let people do what they want. I want to see what you rather do. And that goes in every area of life. Like, if that's what you rather be doing and this is how you rather handle the situation, cool. And again, I'm not going to be mad at you for doing what you thought was right for you at that moment. But you did that with absolutely no regards to me. So don't expect me to take you into consideration when I'm doing what I gotta do for me. Because I'm rooting for you, boo. Do what you gotta do for you. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do what I gotta do for me. I just want you to respect and to... My camera died as per usual. What I was saying is that I'm never gonna be upset with someone for picking their self, for doing what they have to do for themselves. I'm not gonna be the type of friend or person in general that's gonna live my life for you. Like, I'm not gonna prioritize you, okay? That's just not... I'm not in the business of prioritizing anyone that isn't named Karina or DJ. Respectfully, I'm gonna always support what you gotta do for you, but when I am doing the same, I don't want any backlash. When it's the other way around, I don't want anybody treating me like I'm a bad person for doing what I had to do for me, because I'm rooting for you. Like, I want you to win. If doing what's best for you means cutting me off, bro, cut me off. Cut me off. I'm such a genuine good friend. I would not even be mad at you. You would not be my enemy. I will be very understanding of the fact that you're doing what you have to do for you. So my only thing is, don't be mad when I am doing the same, because I am going to do the same, because no one else could do this for me but myself. No one else is going to love me for me but me. No one's going to do the things that I do for me the way I do for me. You know, like, it is solely up to me to get me where I need to be, and vice versa. So that's why I'm like, I don't understand why people be so bothered. I really do not understand it. I don't get it. Like, why can't you just you know, love from afar and keep it pushing? And you don't want to be friends, we don't have to be friends either. Like, I'm cool with that too. Like, when I tell y'all I am so comfortable with being the bad guy, if it means protecting my peace, I'm going to be the bad guy every single time. But this peace right here, this peace of mind, is all I need to get by. In sum, because this video is so long, I'm so sorry. I kind of went off and rambled on about my life. I kind of wanted to share that with you guys because I'm trying to build a community with you guys. I want people to understand me as a person, and I'm a very misunderstood female. A part of that is because I don't communicate well, and I know that about myself, so I'm working on it. It's so funny because I hate people who don't know how to communicate, but I'm not good at it myself. In sum, detaching from people becomes so much easier when you take people for what they are, who they are, you know? People always show you who they are. Please believe them. Do not make the mistake that I do, which is create excuses for them. Try to understand things from their point of view. Like, I'm not saying don't understand things from their point of view, because it's not one-sided. Like, you cannot just see it from your perspective and not theirs. Always try to understand it from different angles, of course, but don't like lose yourself trying to please people. Detaching yourself is so important, because you know what's the safest place to be as an individual? Dangerous for the other person, but safe for you. It's the fact that when you don't have an attachment to anything, like, you're okay with whether you are in someone's life or that person is not in your life. Either way, you can acknowledge that you're gonna be fine. That is a safe place to be. So that means, like, if your best friend, y'all get into an argument and she chooses not to be your friend anymore, you're gonna be like, okay, I'm not mad at you for picking that. I wish you the best. I'm gonna still be good without you. That's a safe place to be, and I need everyone to be in that space. Because you will get further in life in that energy of not attaching to any situation, whether it's good or bad, than you will attaching yourself to a temporary emotional substance, you know? Like, a temporary emotional feeling, emotion, you know? Like today I feel like this, tomorrow I don't attach yourself to emotions and people. People are temporary, and so are emotions, so are feelings. They're very temporary. Operate from a place where you're going to express gratitude for having that person, place, or thing in your current life. But if that person, place, or thing is not a part of your life tomorrow, you can acknowledge that you're still gonna be good. That is how you like don't block your blessings. Like I legit am okay with everybody that I lost in my life, and those who are yet to leave, by all means. I love y'all, but I cannot continue to put myself in this situation. Like, it's mentally not healthy for me. I suffer from mental illness. A lot of y'all don't even know that. I'm not gonna say no one knows that, but and so like when I'm busy trying to put the puzzles, because the puzzle pieces done fell apart, when I'm trying to put the pieces back together, that process is always hard and it's always lonely because no one is ever there. So I need to pick myself first, put myself first, and do what's best for me. And I need people to not be angry for picking myself. I haven't been picking myself all this time. I've been living life for other people, and I'm not in the business of pleasing people anymore. So I just want people's blessings. I don't need you to understand it. I just need you to respect it. If we're not cool today, but we were cool yesterday, it's okay. Like, I don't hate you. We don't have to be enemies, but this is just where I am. Detaching from people that don't serve me any purpose in my life, you know? Like, if it's not beneficial to me, as selfish as that sound, as bad as that sound, if it's not beneficial to me, I don't want it. Because I am an asset to people's lives. It's not one-sided. It's only one-sided if I'm the only one putting in the work and you just, like, receiving without giving back to me. Like, I'm giving to you, but you're not reciprocating. So yeah, detaching from people is definitely important for your own mental health and for your well-being. Overall, becoming that girl involves a lot of detaching from people, because we're not in the business of like living life for other people. You are a great person, but you're not a nice person, and I don't expect anyone to be a nice person. We're not trying to be a nice person. We're trying to be a good person. We're a good person. You don't want to walk around this earth being a bad person. You don't want to block your blessings. No. But you also don't want to be a nice person. You don't want to be walked all over and have people dictate how your life is supposed to be lived when this is your life, okay? This is your freaking movie. You call the shots. So please own it and detach from everybody who does not cater to that lifestyle. Anyways, I'm done rambling. If you found any value to this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.